Hey, welcome to Kitty Goes Down the Rabbit Hole, where I talk about all the random things that I come across in my travels on the interwebs. And today we are going to be talking about eyeshadow palettes that I find intimidating because they're just too pretty. So I had this idea yesterday while I was trying to think of what eyeshadow palette I was going to use for my filming endeavors today. And I looked at one and I thought, wow, I haven't used this one since I bought it. I bought this one months ago. I haven't used it yet. But I don't know if I can use it because it's so pretty. And I feel like if I do something wrong, or if I do something like if I do a look that doesn't look good, that I'm not going to do this palette justice. And that's my thought process. But you know, eyeshadow palettes are not people, so I don't know why I'm worried about hurting an eyeshadow palette's feelings by being bad at makeup. I don't know what that thought process is, but you know, all right, I got 5 palettes that I'm going to go through today, and they are all beautiful, and I am terrified of using all of them. So let's start off with the first one. The first one is Main Squeeze, the ColourPop Main Squeeze. And this one is just intimidating because if you make a mistake, you're kind of stuck with it. So here's the color story. You'll probably know what this looks like. Go cover my face, right? Wow, so pretty. But I have used this like once or twice, and the top shade, the top right shade, well, Home Slice, this shade here, Home Slice, that stains, by the way. A lot of these eyeshadows stain, and if you mess up, it's there for like a day or two. So it kind of scares me that, like, because I feel like I'm so bad at makeup. I don't know if you agree or not, but I think I'm bad at it. So, and if I'm just going to be using like something that stains my eyes, it's kind of difficult to like use that and not be terrified. So that's pretty much the only reason why I'm like afraid of Main Squeeze, because a couple of these colors stain. Found that out the hard way. So the next palette we're going to be talking about is the ColourPop Baroque palette. This is the last ColourPop. Don't worry, they're not all ColourPop. I don't know why I'm so intimidated by this palette. This is like it's really a beautiful, like, blue, deep purple, like a slate. It basically looks like all colors in like a slate tile. I used to work at a hardware store, and slate tiles were like my favorite. And this is basically all the colors of slate tile. And I don't know why this is so intimidating to me. I think it's just because I've never used colors like this, and I'm not used to that like smoky look. I just like to open it and look at it and say, wow, so pretty, and then move on. Like, I'm not used to like the dark, kind of colors and stuff like that. I'm more used to like neutrally colors, and it just scares me for no reason. Moving right along, we're going to go into our next palette, which is Jackie Aina Anastasia of Beverly Hills. I think this one is like a residual kind of intimidation, because when I first got this palette, I was so scared because I hadn't really started playing with like deeper, like darker colors on the eyes. I was still doing very light, very light neutral looks a lot of the time. I wasn't playing with color at all, and this is pretty like kind of deeper, colorful palette. I especially love this shade here. This is such a pretty shade. I have used this guy like once. I use Trust Issues a lot in the inner corner and like the brow bone area. But other than that, I really haven't used this one too much, and I think it's just because when I first got it, I was still pretty new to makeup, so I was just like not ready for it, I guess. This is also something that is so pretty and I like it so much that it's almost like I don't want to use it up, because what if it's not available when I use it up, and if I wanted to repurchase it, and it takes a really long time to use up eyeshadow. And I have a lot of other palettes that I can like space it out with. I don't know what my brain. I don't know, but I love it and it's beautiful. Speaking of Jackie Aina, she used some products from a company called OPV Beauty London in one of her videos, and I ended up from there going on to their website, and I fell in love with the Tropical Dreams palette. And I looked at it when it came in the mail, and I didn't use it until today. Look, this was on my eyes today. Wow. I was so terrified to use this because it's so pretty. This is what inspired the video. I was terrified to use it. Terrified. I don't even understand. I don't understand my brain sometimes, my noggin. This is so pretty. I don't know if you can get a really good indication of how beautiful it is based off of what I just showed you, but it's absolutely stunning. I love it. And it works amazing. It blends like an absolute dream. I don't know why I waited so long to use it. I think I'm just like afraid of non-basic eyeshadow palettes, but I like to buy them because they're beautiful, and then I just don't use them. I don't understand. I need to stop doing that. I might do like a project pan or something next, or project certain number of uses next year, so I can start actually like having fun and experimenting, you know? Problem is, I'm that type of person that is like, if I'm not the expert at something, if I'm not the best at something, or like super awesome at it, then I just like give up. I don't know why I'm like that, but I am. So sometimes you just have to like slow down and like enjoy things that you enjoy, and just let yourself enjoy them at your own pace. Philosophy lessons with Candace. All right. The last but not least is another one that I haven't even touched. I haven't even swatched it yet, and I love it, and I like to open it and look at it. And that's Moonspell by Lunar Beauty. I love this. I love the packaging. The packaging is so cool. I love how it looks like a spell book, so interesting. I like all the little different iconography on here. It's just beautiful, and I love it. And I haven't even swatched it yet. Haven't even. It's so fresh. I haven't even swatched it. I'm terrified of this row, this entire row. The pinks and purples, all of that. This middle row is more of like my speed with like the more neutrally colors, and then you have some teals here and some like greens. I really like green eyeshadow, so that's not too scary for me, but like the teals terrify me. And like the entire pink row, I don't know, it's just one of those things, like it's just so beautiful that it's almost like, you're so pretty, you're going to go on display and I'm never going to use you, and that's just not nice, you know? It's eyeshadow. It wants to be on your face. Now, another one by Lunar Beauty that I would have anticipated that I would be really intimidated by, that is the Eternal Eclipse palette. How pretty is that? I love it. There's something about this palette that when I opened it, I wanted to play with it immediately. I was so excited about this. I found it so interesting, and such an interesting color story. Like, you have your neutrals, and then you have like your row of like blues and grays, and it was just interesting to me. And I wanted to play with it. And when I got it in, I was not expecting the packaging to be as cool as it is. So cool and heavy, and I love it. The look that I ended up getting from that was really something I was not anticipating. And I think this is really what kind of like broke the seal for me to use the OPV one today. Like, I'm not used to you wearing color, like a lot of color on my eyes, and I'm just like really excited because I'm gonna have some more fun. Have a blast. Get out of my like neutral phase, have a little bit more fun, do a little bit more cool looks. Get inspired. We've been cooped up. It's been an awful year. At least you can have some fun with your face. And with that, I'm going to close this video. Thank you so much to everybody for hanging out with me. And it's been a really crazy week for me personally, and it's been really tough, and I just wanted to have some fun. So, I hope to see you all in the next one. If you like what you see, like, share, subscribe, YouTube things, do the YouTube things that help YouTube people. And yeah, I really appreciate it. So stay safe, stay home if you can, and I love you guys. Bye.